This is not a city, this is a straight line in the desert, 170 kilometers long. No cars, no roads, no pollution, just one line. Saudi Arabia calls it the line. The world calls it impossible. But what if I told you, this city is already under construction, and it may change how humans live forever? Or, it may become the biggest failure in modern history. This is the story of the line. A city that wants to delete the past and design the future. It all starts in the middle of the desert, in northwest Saudi Arabia, a place called NEOM. For hundreds of years, this land was empty. Only sand, mountains, sea, wind. Then in 2017, Saudi Arabia announced something shocking. They will build a mega region bigger than some countries. Cost, over $500 billion. Inside this region, they plan the future, flying taxis, robot workers, AI cities, and at the center of it all a city with no streets. A city with no cars, a city in a straight line. They called it the line. The idea sounds simple. Instead of spreading a city in all directions, build it in one straight line. Length 170 kilometers. Height 500 meters. Width only 200 meters. Two giant mirrored walls, running from desert to sea. Inside this line, 9 million people will live. That is more than New York City. But in only 200 meters wide. Everything is stacked vertically. Homes, schools, hospitals, offices, parks, all on top of each other. You walk 5 minutes. You reach anything you need. No cars, no traffic lights, no parking. Just humans, nature, technology. Transport happens underground. A high-speed train. Top speed, over 500 km per hour. You can travel from one end of the city to the other in 20 minutes. In a normal city, that takes 2 hours. Energy, 100% renewable. No carbon emissions, no pollution, AI controls everything. Water, electricity, traffic, security, the line is not just a city, it is a living machine. But here comes the big question. Can humans really live like this? A city with no streets, no cars, no horizontal freedom, just a wall of life. Supporters say this is the perfect future. No traffic, no noise, no pollution. Nature is protected. Land is saved, time is saved. Critics say this is a prison, a human experiment. People need open spaces, people need chaos, people need choice, and there is another problem, the cost. The line alone may cost over $1 trillion. Yes, trillion, more than the GDP of many countries, and that is just one city. So why is Saudi Arabia doing this? The answer is simple. Oil will not last forever. Saudi Arabia wants to survive after oil. They want to become a global hub for technology, tourism, innovation, just like Dubai, but bigger, much bigger. NEOM is their future engine, and the line is the heart. Construction already started. Thousands of workers, giant machines, entire mountains being cut. From satellite images, you can already see the line in the desert, a scar across the land. Some engineers say, this is the most complex construction project ever attempted by humans. More complex than the pyramids, more complex than Dubai, more complex than anything before. Because this is not just concrete. This is architecture, urban planning, AI systems, psychology, sociology, climate engineering, all combined into one structure. No city in history has ever been built like this. So the line has no real example. No backup plan, no reference. It is either the greatest success in human history, or the most expensive mistake ever made. Even inside Saudi Arabia, some experts are worried. They say, people may not want to live in a line. Sunlight may not reach lower levels. Mental health could be affected. Evacuation during emergency is risky. Imagine 9 million people inside a 200-meter-wide wall. What happens if fire breaks out? What happens if power fails? What happens if AI fails? Because in the line, everything depends on technology. No tech, no city, and then there is the human problem. Humans love freedom. Humans love randomness. Humans love streets, cars, chaos. The line removes all of that. It designs human life like a computer program. Efficient, perfect, controlled, but humans are not machines. That is the real risk, not engineering. But psychology, so will the line succeed? Right now, nobody knows. Saudi Arabia is moving fast. Billions already spent. Construction ongoing. The world is watching. Some call it the future, some call it madness. But one thing is certain. If the line works, every city on Earth will change. If it fails, it will become the biggest monument to human ambition. A mirror wall in the desert. Reflecting one simple question: did we design the future, or did we go too far? The line is not just a city, it is a test. A test for technology, a test for money, a test for power, but most importantly, a test for humanity itself.